Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the EU crew playing Delta Green. We're sure glad that you are here with us today as we continue our adventure, and hope you like the new look. We are fixing to start here, and before we do, go ahead and have our players introduce themselves like normal, and we'll just go in order of how we appear on Roll20 because we all see the same thing down there. So without further ado, I'll let Irish take us. Irish, introduce herself and who she's playing.
Oh, hi. I am not Irish. I'm playing Beau. I can't remember what we did last.
It's okay.
Kind of brain dead at the minute.
It's all right.
I'm playing Beau. I got a lot of background noise. Sorry.
You're good. Next up.
Hi, I'm an Outlawed Deputy. I'm playing Constance. She is right now been sucking into a date with Eric. She's not happy about that.
Suckered is a strong word.
You know, there was definitely a plan until the sheriff did a 180 and was like, "Oh, here you go."
All right. And next up.
Hi, I'm Ayianna, and I had a mouthful of pizza.
Fun.
And I play Sienna Walsh, who is hoping not to get puked on this week, but who knows?
I'm certain we can find the time to make that happen.
Probably.
And last but not least.
Hello, I'm Willy. I play Lynas. He's a failure. And that's pretty much that. Yeah.
Good times. And I am your friendly neighborhood GM, ThePrankster. And let's go ahead and recap because it's been a bit. Fair enough?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So. We are, the last time we played, a lot of different stuff happened. Seems like that is going on every week. But the big thing that happened is, oh my gosh, so much happened. You made your way over to the mortician's house. His name, because I'm forgetting it off the top of my head, is
Halsey.
Something Halsey.
Thank you. Mortician Halsey. You made his way over to his house to see if you can help him. Apparently, the sheriff has been waiting for you there for you to show up. He gave you guys some encouragement to finally get the job done. He leaves. Eric goes away to possibly, I believe, get some antacids. And on that trip with him is Constance. As that goes on, or maybe I think that's what was going on. As that was going on, Irish, Sienna, and Lynas were left at the mortician's home with Halsey to kind of help get him into feeling better. A couple things happen as Sienna's in the bathroom. No, Sienna's trying to look around for some information when the mortician Halsey comes out and actually throws up all over her. Sienna disappears into the bathroom to go clean herself up. Beau is left to take care of this mess that's going on. Goes off to help him, is yelling for Lynas to come and help, and Lynas is nowhere to be seen. As this is going on, finally Beau gets the mortician back on the bed, getting rested up to get ready, so hopefully he can finally get better. Well, finally she realizes Lynas isn't coming anywhere. She goes looking for him, only to find him in the garage, eating out of the same lead paint can, that the mortician was eating out of himself. She calls it to his attention, is startled by the fact that he's eating lead paint. Lynas is startled by the fact that he is eating lead paint. Unbeknownst that he is under the effect of whatever has been affecting these other people. She tightens it as tight as she possibly can do. Gets Lynas cleaned up to the best of his ability.
Oh, I hid them. I hid the paint cans.
That's right. You hid the paint cans as he was kind of recovering.
And no one will find them.
No one. That's right, because you rolled a crit success. I remember. I think I made you roll a stealth check, which you're normally bad at, but you rolled like a 11, right?
Yeah.
I imagine you could pass a swim check.
Right?
Well, she can't swim because it's not through grass.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not the bushes.
It's not the
Silly
bushes.
me.
Doesn't count. After you get Lynas taken care of, after you hide these paint cans, they come back with the first step towards what you believe is what you need to start the cure for some of these people, which is essentially sodium bicarbonate and chelation therapy, which helps to clear lead poisoning from a person's system. Lynas and the mortician go through it. Lynas, by the way, and this really hasn't been communicated very well, doesn't look very well. He looks, I don't know how to, sickly, for a lack of a better way of putting it. As the mortician and Lynas go through this process of getting better, turns out that the mortician is actually allergic to some of these. So you're not entirely certain how well this effect will take to him. The chelation therapy seems to be doing a number on him. He has an allergic reaction, seems to kind of have some diarrhea, throwing up, not doing so well. But the treatment's got to be better than what's actually going on with him, is what you reason. After some time passes, you realize we need to take this elsewhere. You have about, I believe, 4 rounds of this. No, 5, I believe, is what you grabbed.
No, I grabbed 6.
6? 6 in all?
I think it was 6. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to trust you on that.
I'm sure it was 6.
And if I go back and watch and I find out you're lying,
I think it was 6. I'm pretty sure.
the FBI will come after you.
And the VOD.
Or you'll get vomited on.
Or you'll get vomited on, yeah. So then, just so that we're counting, 1 round of treatment to the mortician, 1 round of treatment to Lynas. You then decided to go to Deputy Jacob's house because you remembered that his wife and his child were possibly affected by this fungus and what was going on. So you administer the treatment after persuading her to her. And then it comes a little bit of a funny instance that you guys have, a decision about whether or not to administer this to the child as well. You kind of had some back and forth on it and decided to actually do it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So the child has had the sodium bicarbonate and the chelation therapy administered to him as well. It's starting to get late, 5, 6 o'clock, when it's still the spring, so it's still getting dark kind of early. I think you guys go out to eat, and then finally, we need to make another stuff. There's a lot of stuff on your plate. You know that your handlers asked you to take care of the Deputy Jacob's body. You know that the handlers asked you to contain this threat. You know that there's something going on at the quarry and what was going on there. You know that there's this whole thing with this scientist, Brent McCaslin, from the name which I'm totally blanking on, the Benthic Company, who you've identified as the person who initially threw up on Deputy Jacobs. After working through the system, after kind of showing the sergeant what is going on, specifically through the mortician Halsey, you convinced him and got a court order to finally get into Brent McCaslin's home. There, 5, 6 o'clock p.m., Sergeant Eric Hayes helps you to finally get into this guy's home. You find a bunch of things that is somewhat disarming, and that is actually where we ended our session last week. First thing that you realize, he's got empty packets of batteries. You could smell vomit in the area. You're all suited up, by the way. You have already told me as much with your hazmat gear. Just going through these last things. Yeah, there we go. Just reviewing my case files.
We learned that he's a creep.
You found a couple of things. The garbage cans in the toilet hold the revolting, rotting remains of the vomit from his stomach. You'd also be able to tell from the glow that there is the fungus in it as well. You're also able to find a legal pad scrawled obsessively about finding the tape on his coffee room table, learning the song of the Star People from it. On other pages, he's apparently scrawled Ghost Mountain and drew a crude but easily recognizable sketch of Devil's Tower, which Constance would know from her research on the subject.
Brilliant.
You also find some other really interesting information. The fact that he knew exactly where you would be, the time and the place from when he snatched the tape from you. As you look through his house, you also find framed photos on kind of the shelf above a fireplace of diving trips to the Caribbean and the Mediterranean. One shows him in an underwater hazmat suit with a hood and mask not yet attached, smiling into the camera and giving a big thumbs up. In the background is the striated limestone wall in green waters that at this point you would recognize from the Oakland pit. That is where we left our session off last time. You are currently in McCaslin's home. You are searching. You have found the legal pad. You have found remnants of things that you found in other homes. And that is where we are.
There was that woman in the picture as well.
Yes, there is a woman, that's right, from a good perception
The one that I
check.
recognized. Yeah.
You recognize a woman from the Benthic company who is apparently in the photo with Dr. Brent McCaslin. That is where we left off. The session is yours to take away with how you see fit. So with that said, take it away.
I don't know what to do. Oh, there's so much. We learnt so much.
Guess we can turn the light on now, right?
Yay!
No, I like the ambience of the torches.
You like the
We're not going to
ambiance.
find anything with the lights on.
It's gonna be like a -20 if we try and look for stuff, dude. We need lights on.
Yeah, we're bad enough at searching anyway.
Oh, well, Constance, it doesn't make any difference that she's looking through the notes.
Yeah, you're looking through the notes of the legal pad, and sure enough, you find it's got to be kind of disarming, specifically some of the stuff that you've been looking
to
at.
Constance as the holder. Like, she's freaked out. She knows where he's going. She hasn't told anyone else about her research yet.
Yes. How do you want to proceed? You are in his home. To set the scene a little bit, the lights are off because of the ambiance of it all. Flashlights are out, piercing through the darkness. While you have masks on, you can smell the mustiness of your own self, I guess. It's probably slightly chilly, being Montana in the spring. And I imagine there's an uneery quiet in the house, with every now and then the creak of a floorboard as you walk over it. No doubt your friends are also looking throughout. How do you proceed?
I'm gonna break the ambiance and turn the light on.
You're going to break the ambiance and turn the light on.
Yay!
It is no longer
But does
as
the electric
scary.
work? Ooh.
Now we can see.
Now you can see. All right. What else would you like
So
to do?
we've seen that there was like battery packs and everything around, right? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah, at this point you would find, empty battery packs. If you would, you find a similar motif to what you found in some of the other homes.
Okay.
Like water and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna check the fridge and see if that dirty water's in there.
Yes. After you open up the
I was
fridge,
gonna
you
say,
do find the dirty water bottles. Continue.
Can I have a check, like a quick check through all the rooms and stuff, just to see, like, looking for him, but also if there's anything like that immediately stands out.
Sure. You look through the pit. I'm sorry, you look through the rest of his home, and you don't find any spot of him as you make your way through the various rooms. And I imagine all of you are probably fanning out and looking, so this kind of goes for all of you. You do go into one particular room, though, and kind of like you would see in a true crime film, with kind of how they have those evidence boards up with like red yarn. You probably see something similar in kind of a bedroom that has been cleared to kind of write notes. You see a whiteboard, the pictures and the like. Sienna, as you make your way into it, because you're the one that kind of is leading the charge in this particular area, you find couple of things. You find what appears to be something that says the FBI, kind of like a printout of that in the center, and red yarn that goes to 4, that kind of leads from that to 4 different people. And you realize it's all 4 of your faces. Pictures of you, Lynas, Beau, and Constance. And underneath, it has information about each of you to some extent. M6 intelligence for you. Constance, specialty, mastery in the occult. Beau, little note that says, need to make certain to start running before she starts to get away. Lynas, will can be broken very easily. And then it kind of goes off.
That's not a secret. Everybody knows.
Yeah. With him yelling constantly, "I'm a failure." It's probably.
Does Lynas read this?
I don't.
In this room?
If you eventually come into the room,
Oh no.
it depends. Do you come into the room? Are you searching with with Sienna?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are just kind of like hanging out in the main, living room, then yeah, you probably wouldn't see it unless she takes a picture and shows it to all of you. But there you would also find events that have happened. And events you see the lyrics for the Star People song. You find back in the living room you'd put together, there was a VHS player with a television, and the tape was still sticking out of the player.
Yeah, I want to take the tape again.
Yeah, you can take the tape again. But this board that you're able to find, clearly, it has things about Benthic, it has things about the Star People, it has things about that only you've discovered through research.
What does it say about Benthic?
What does it say about Benthic? That's a really good question.
Benthic smells tee.
Tee hee hee.
Dr. Gent isn't ready. Is one note. Another note is when the FBI comes, Benthic will start clearing out, so I'll need to plan for that. Other kind of like crazed, almost unhinged things, and you're not entirely certain if they've happened or if they are happening or if they even will happen, or it's all kind of a jumble.
Interesting. I'm going to take pictures of like all the bits on the board. Not necessarily going to show it to anybody yet, but I just want kind of a copy of it so that I can look back on it if I need to.
Sure.
Because just imagine she edits it on her phone and like really rubbishly writes over Linus's thing, just a really good doctor. Man, I'm overwhelmed.
Well, I'm going to make that a little bit easier for you, because I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to decide what you want to do.
God, that doesn't make it easier.
before I move us along. Let's go ahead and start that stopwatch.
I mean, what are you two doing? Because Constance is just reading through the notes.
So, yeah, that's a good point. We've heard Constance before I start the timer. We've heard what Constance is doing. We've heard what Sienna is doing. What are Beau and Beau? Are you following Sienna around? Are you doing something else? Same question to you, Lynas. What are you doing?
I just want to look around and see if I can see anything of note. See anything interesting that we might have missed with the lights off.
What's Eric doing?
I think Eric is overwhelmed. Did we decide whether or not he's like in full gear or what?
I feel like he was, but it's been a long time.
I know he went and got changed out of his pea gear, didn't he?
Oh yeah, because he was pissed off because that was the first time we turned up. So he definitely has the gear. So
That's
he would have put it on. Yeah.
Forgot about that. That's
We
right.
bought a bunch more. We bought a bunch more suits, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the first time we came to the house, and you almost got arrested. But then obviously we came back, so
Yeah.
logically he would have put it back on.
Okay. So then, yes, he has gear on alongside of you. Let me double check. And Constance, you're actually in here, and you're in the full thing, or you just have a mask on? What's the deal?
It's the full thing.
The full thing?
I think we all, because I vaguely remember us stopping off to get
the
more.
whole thing.
Yeah, we bought.
I made Eric put the full thing on. Of course, I'm in the full thing.
Or now everyone.
Now, to be clear, just so that we're all operating on the same page, these are what you're kind of wearing is like you're wearing a like
full mask and suit.
yeah, but it's not like an actual hazmat suit.
Nah.
Yes. Okay. I just wanted to double check. Cool. That actually helps me a lot. Well, all of you guys go ahead and roll me a luck roll and give yourself 20% on that. An additional 20%.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I'm infected.
I don't.
82.
I never said what it was for. I was just
You were
curious.
asking about the suits. What do you mean?
There's a lot of different things going on. I wouldn't worry about it. You're probably fine.
Hey, want to get some treatment?
No, I'll be fine. Leave me alone.
The meta hammer comes from the sky and bangs Willy in the face. All right. Cool. So
do I notice anything now that the lights are on that we might have missed when the lights were off?
the big thing that you would probably notice is that the vomit isn't glowing as much. Like you really only see it in the darkness.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, no. Everything that I've stated is probably what you see. It doesn't appear that Dr. McCaslin was really trying to hide anything.
Right.
I mean, why would he? He probably saw us coming.
You do find one other thing, Constance, as you're looking through that notebook. You do see... It's kind of weird, or the legal pad rather, not notebook. It's kind of weird because some of it's drawings, some of it's words, some of it's all out of order. But there's clearly clear is kind of the wrong word. You see something that makes you think about whether or not this is Deputy Jacobs. It's almost like a string of images, almost like a Dr. McCaslin himself kind of sitting on the side of a road with a car coming up. Next one is like a man kind of like walking out to him. The third one is him like throwing up. The fourth one is like some type of aura around this person that's been thrown up on, walking into what appears to be some type of a building and spreading the aura to other people. Then going to what appears to be like a home, a house, and spreading it to one person who appears to be a woman because of her hair kind of being longer. Eventually, the man disappears from the drawing altogether, and it's just the woman. And then a day later or so, or maybe like the next drawing is like a small child. But instead of an aura, it almost appears that this person, this child, has the head of a star. You see 4 people come to this house, talking to the woman, to the child. You see what appears to be a man out of these 4 administering something like a shot and you see the next frame of the mother and the child, and then the final frame, just kind of like a lot of scribble and hatred and anger and all of it, as you see just the mother.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Whereabouts in the legal pad is it? Is this prior to all the notes on us or after all the notes on us?
It's all mixed together. It's kind of hard for you to put together, but your intelligence is high enough.
Specifically the Deputy Jacobs stuff, like the first few drawings, is that prior to the notes to us or after?
Say again?
Specifically the stuff like pertaining to the first few of like Deputy Jacobs and him getting thrown up on, is that like towards the start before a lot of the mention of us?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to wear something on my head. Give me a second. But you guys talk about what you want to do. I can still hear you through my Bluetooth.
What are you guys doing? Because Constance is getting emotional. Oh my god.
I like it.
Thank you.
Love it. You need a cowboy hat, and you know.
I mean, I was just searching around. I don't know what anyone else is doing.
I'm searching for him.
Yeah, we need to look for any sort of sign of where he could be. Was his car still here?
Yes, the car was still here.
The car was still here. So...
I know. Yeah. Someone knows where he is, but the rest of us don't.
Why did you come us? Oh no, what have we done?
I feel like
Did the baby die?
this is more fitting.
Nice.
Very cool.
He kind of reminded me of the strange end Fallout.
I'll take it. He's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Just coming out and one-shotting things.
So, we need to make a decision about what you want to do and where you want to go. So I am going to start that timer now for 3 minutes as you guys deliberate about what next steps you'd like to take. You don't have to take the full 3 minutes, but at the end, I'm going to move us in one direction, one way or another. Go.
Well, we do need to get rid of the old body.
We do,
Yeah.
I think we'll wait until late at night for that, won't we?
Yeah, we'll do that
Yeah.
like dead of night because we don't really want anybody to see us disposing of a body.
Yeah, well, I feel like we might have a little bit of a journey ahead of us.
Mm.
Oh, man.
Can we tell how long ago, Brent was here?
I don't know, are you clairvoyant like he seems to be? Because...
What would you like to roll to ascertain that?
I'd like to roll... What's my highest? Persuade. I'd like to roll for my knowledge of Latin as to when Brent McCaslin was last here.
Yeah, that's been serving you well, that has.
Alertness.
I mean, that makes sense.
Alertness.
Yeah, probably. Just to sort of see if there's any signs, like, you know, a calendar that, you know, you rip off pages of and it's on, I don't know,
I stay crossed
yesterday.
out or something, yeah.
Yeah, just something that might indicate, or like if there's any like pots and pans, crockery, a meal, like that would give any sort of indication of how long ago he was here.
It's interesting you mentioned that because you actually don't find... Can you still hear me all right, by the way?
Yeah.
You don't find any food that has been cooked as of
No,
recent.
he's living off fucking batteries, that's why.
Batteries and pit water.
Yeah, it's not like batteries go off, so you can't tell how long they've been there.
I want to scoop up as much of his scrawlings and ramblings as possible. Anything that we can't take with, I want to somehow deface so that it's not readable. Because there's a lot of information on us.
We do need to contain anything to
Anything to do with Star People, anything to do with us.
anything to do with this case. Essentially, we need to.
So you're taking it and saving it, or you're destroying it, or both?
I would like to take his legal bad.
Got you, but
Take
I thought you
what
said
we
you
can.
were...
Yeah.
Got you. I see what you're saying. So what
Because I
you're
know you said he had his board, and we might not be able to, you know, take things off of that. Like, certain things might be, I don't know, written on random stuff that we might just have to scroll out.
It's probably just pinned on.
So
Yeah.
something really interesting is happening because, and this is actually 3 minutes, so this actually is really good. You guys begin to kind of look through all of this and the legal pad, and as that's going on, Hayes is also searching and also looking around. And I imagine he's been following everybody kind of just doing things. But I'm going to roll a die to see who he specifically started to follow first. And the reason for that is because all of you are doing different things and all of you have stumbled upon different things. And he is an officer of the law. So I'm going to roll a d20. Actually, I'm just going to roll a d4. Make it easy. I love to hear sounds of groans of your frustration.
Can we just, like...
It fills
Can I
me.
be gold? Can I be gold? I want to be gold again.
I was actually just going to roll a d4.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do 1 is Irish, 2 is Outlaw, 3 is Aya, 4 is Willy.
Oh,
Willy.
anything but 2. Yes.
Hayes is following you around.
That's fine because he's a failure.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Linus. I'm sorry, Linus.
Come on,
Linus.
Linus.
But he's probably not found anything, so it's cool. I'm sorry, Linus.
You are, Hayes is following you around. So, the reason I specifically wanted to do that was because some of you are engaging in covering up information. And as an officer
That
of
is
the
fair.
law.
As soon as you said it.
Yeah, and as an officer of the law, obviously he would have an issue with that. With that said, he's following
I'm a failure.
Willy, who really isn't doing anything because he's a failure. And the rest of you, like, it's very easy, Aya, for you to, like, be able to just, like, stealth a pad. But You are in the same. He is in the same room as a. I think Willie. You said you were just looking around, right? Were you going through the various rooms as well?
I mean, I'm just kind of looking around, so I'll be venturing things.
Okay. So, let's do it. Let's do this.
I mean, this is a wild assumption. You might want to roll as well to kind of add some pizzazz onto it. But I would assume Sienna, being in the line of work that she is, would be accustomed to, I don't know, trying to covertly cover things up and be like, oh, there's footsteps coming. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We could definitely have her roll a stealth check against Hayes' perception. I think that's a great idea.
Myself so bad.
I mean, from prior conversations, I can't imagine his perception's that good, right?
We'll see. All right, we got a kitchen, got a bathroom. Well, we'll say there's an office and there's a garage. All right, we know that Sienna is in bathroom 2. You guys have not told me where you are. So, Willie, I made a small table here of 7 options. I'd like for you to roll me a D8.
Why am I in the bathroom?
Bedroom. You're in bedroom 2 because
okay.
that's where all of his crazy notes are. We
Right.
know that Constance is in the living room looking at the legal pad. I don't know where you got, specifically Irish and Willie have not told me where they're going to be. So I'm going to make you guys roll for it.
Oh, okay.
Roll me a D8 and on an 8 re-roll. So, Willie rolled a 2. 2 is bedroom 2, which is where Sienna is.
Oh, fuck.
I'm loving it. Hayes.
I'm really not, because he's going to see our names and shit.
Nice one,
and,
Sienna. Oh no,
Hey, it's not my fault.
Okay, so Beau, you're in the kitchen when all this is going down. All right, so to set the scene, first off, Constance, you're trying to hide the legal pad. What is your stealth?
It's a really good question. 13.
Great. Why don't you go ahead and roll that? I'm going to give you a plus 40. The reason for that is because it is a small item. Hayes is in a different room altogether from you, and he's going to be very distracted by everything that he sees in there. So, go ahead and roll me a stealth check with a plus 40. You fail, so that's fun. We'll come back to you in just a second. Hayes, we're going to see how this pans out as well, because obviously a lot's going on. Hayes, upon seeing everything that he's seen thus far, issues a general call out to everyone, telling you, everyone, we need to make certain that we maintain the crime scene. We cannot let any of this go to waste. This is crazy. What's going on here? There's been no crime, but the investigators are going to have to be able to come in here, and they're going to have to look through all of this. This is crazy. And
What do you think we're doing?
Hey, quick, someone tell him it's a federal matter.
As he says that, I'm going to have Hayes roll a check here as well. I'm going to use physical dice because it's fun. I'm the GM.
You can do what you want.
I can do what I roll. And I rolled a D20 when I needed to roll a D100 because this game is all D100s.
Now I have a question. Does Eric Hayes currently have a bucket on his head?
He does not currently have a bucket on his head. I've got a bucket on my head. Make sure I defend myself is my bucket. He hears... So a couple things happen at once. He hears a loud noise because Constance drops the legal pad on the ground. It doesn't. There's just like a flutter of paper, and he yells out, "Are you okay?" And as that happens, he walks into bedroom number 2 to find Sienna looking at this board because he's just following Willie, who also walks in and sees the board as I've already described thus far. Lynas, you see the board with all the red lines that I was talking about earlier.
Huh.
And I don't know how Sienna. You were taking pictures, taking time to kind of preserve it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that that's still up. You haven't taken it down yet.
Yeah.
So Lynas, you see the board in its entirety.
The entirety, huh?
Yes, you see her taking photographs of it, and so you would see even the portion about yourself that you.
Quick, Sienna, turn the lights off.
Oh no.
And
But it's probably really small writing. You can't read it from across the room, Linus.
Yeah, you're a failure. You can't read.
Doctor that
you.
can't read.
can't read.
Okay.
I can't read.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at it, you know. What's up? What's going on over here?
Good question.
That's Aya's response, or Sienna's.
Yeah.
Both, I guess.
I mean, he can see what I can see.
That's not like she wrote it.
Your eyes, Linus.
Your eyes work as well as mine do. Maybe they don't.
Hayes is looking at all of this dumbfounded. Just trying to take all of it in. Just kind of looking at all of you, and he's like, that's good. We need to preserve this. That's really good. I'm going to have him roll a willpower check really quick. And that is going to determine whether or not he goes to Constance. If he fails, he's going to stay here because this is so overwhelming. If he succeeds, he's going to essentially respond the other way. He succeeds. He looks at the two of you and is essentially like, we've got to take care of this. I don't know what that sound was, though. I'm going to go find out. I don't know if you all heard that flutter of paper, but it sounds like somebody dropped something. Hayes will leave the room with just Lynas.
Flutter of paper.
Yeah, like
I'm so attracted to the flutter of paper.
No, like this.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's got superhuman hearing.
The whole room is pretty quiet aside from, or the whole building is pretty quiet aside from you guys. So, Aya and Sienna and Lynas. What do you guys? What's going through your minds? What's going on? Talk it out. Role play, and go.
After making sure Hayes has left the room and he can't hear us, I'm going to kind of whisper to Linus, we need to contain this. We can't let this out of this house, into normal people's hands. Normal people.
I see.
But from what he was just saying, he's not going to let us deal with this on our own, is he?
Probably not, no.
There's a lot of information on this board as well, so why don't you each give me a sanity check? Because the implications of it are staggering. And Outlaw, I'm going to say the same to you as well.
Yeah, that's more than fair.
Yours is a little bit more involved, though, so if your fail is... there's a chance you could lose more than them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, all of you succeed. So all of you are only going to lose one sanity a pop.
Do I need to do this too or no?
Only.
You have not observed any of these things that they have.
Okay. I mean, mine was pretty good, honestly.
I'll be honest. I would have been glad for Constance to lose more than that. That was fucked up.
So
She didn't want Lynas to treat the baby, and now she's seen that picture. Oof.
Oh, that's right. Well,
yeah.
so well, we're gonna go by the rules of the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
You are able to steal yourself. By the way, the blue bar is the sanity. Have you guys subtracted that one for yourselves yet, or do
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Just want to make certain we're all good. And then I can also alter that on the stream as well.
Oh no, I'm down at 59.
Alrighty. So, you're talking about covering this up. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue your conversation. Lynas and Sienna.
How do you want to handle this?
I've taken pictures of everything, so we need to lose it.
I guess, like, take what you can to destroy. I don't know. What's the what is it? A lot of stuff pinned on stuff, or is it like crazy
he's
man
gonna
writing on the
know.
wall?
He's gonna know instantly if we've taken like stuff off that board.
Yeah, but if he doesn't go back up there before we leave,
We could set the house on
realistically,
fire.
That's
no, I was going to say,
you know what, Beau?
realistically,
That
it
is
could look
exactly
like
what I was
Brent
thinking.
would come back and destroy that.
I was
knowing that we
thinking of
broke it.
looking for some kind of accelerant
So you guys are
because it's
thinking
all
about
paper stuff.
setting it on fire.
Jesus.
Okay.
Or we can go the route of it's contaminated, nobody is to touch this.
Mhm.
And
Like,
our
you
team
can't
will
just
deal with
send
it.
the sheriff's department in because they're gonna, get infested.
And you said you needed to get investigators. What are we doing?
I mean, if anything, essentially anything, we could argue that anything that Brent has touched needs to be properly handled and stored. It can't just go to like
It's contaminated. It
local
needs to be.
law enforcement.
It's an FBI match now.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Sorry, I'm too busy dropping paper.
I'm
Yeah, I
not even
think
there.
we-
I'm in the kitchen.
That might be the tack that we have to try and take, is to try and explain. But he's going to go to the sheriff, and the sheriff is, he's an arse. I was
No,
gonna say that-
don't worry. I got this.
You've got this.
I got this.
But maybe try and impress on him that this is a federal matter and, like,
It's not telling me what to do. You're
Nobody
upstairs.
else.
I'm downstairs.
we need
Get
to
out
sort
of
of seal the house and stuff, I guess.
Hayes comes to you, Constance, in the living room, seeing you try to essentially pocket this legal pad. Kind of just looks at you. What are you doing?
I dropped it.
I know, but yeah, I could tell you. I heard that you dropped it. My question is, why are you trying to shove it in your bag?
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, I wanted to take some pictures of some of the pages.
You can do that right there. Do you?
No, you're right.
Do you?
You're right. My mind's a bit all over the place. This is a lot.
Okay. Well, how about
I'm sorry.
I help you so we can do this properly? I think they've got it upstairs, so we can go page by page if need be, and you could take pictures and we can look at it together.
I mean, it's only really this one. You know, like he's got all this information on like where we were gonna be. It's weird.
I'm sorry. You said there's
Hey,
information.
Hayes! I need your help over here.
Okay. Sure. What do
Beau
you?
shouts from the kitchen.
What do you need, Beau?
Come here, I need your help.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Fuck.
Come on, Beau, you can do it.
The least persuasive
no.
soldier in the world.
Right, where's my persuade there? Oh,
Hey, it
God,
could be
so-
worse, could be a stealth check.
Yeah, it could be a stealth check.
Oof.
Nice.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh.
It was so close.
He essentially just says, Beau, whatever you have cannot be more important than this. Because he sees, I imagine, this is what happens. This is the fumble. This is perfect.
Oh, no.
He looks,
No.
he catches an eye on the notepad, and since it just dropped and you picked it up, there is an image. It is the image of the stick figure throwing up on the other stick figure with like a clearly drawn car. And he's like, this is the incident. And he just kind of looks at you. What is going on?
I don't even know.
All right, this is really important, so let's work on this together. We'll go through each page and we'll... I've got my gloves on. I can hold the page straight and taut, and you can take photos. And so, if there's no other action you're going to take, that is what he's going to do.
Wait, very interesting. Or not something else we can do.
I can't
Tried
hear
to
you.
distract and I failed.
I want to specifically kind of flick through quicker than he can look to the page with the drawing of Devil's Tower.
Mm-hmm. You want to go to the drawing of the Devil's Tower and look at that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, and what are you hoping to...
I want him to see that.
Okay, and so you do that, and what do you hope... What is your goal?
Do you know what this is, right? Do you know what this is?
I have no idea what this is, he says.
Okay, this, I want to pull, no, actually, never mind. This is a place in Wyoming. This is the Devil's Tower. I think this is where he's gone.
You think that's where he's going?
Mm-hmm. So,
Why do you think he's going there?
I don't know. Why else would there be just a drawing of it with all this other stuff?
I don't...
So I might need your help to try and... Do you guys have any sort of surveillance on roads coming out of here? You know, like security cameras? I don't know how things work over here.
No, I mean, this is Montana. We don't have closed circuit television on every street.
Yeah.
Oh, get him to check round door to door in the local area and see if anybody's got, CCTV.
Yeah, no, this is Montana. Come on.
But it's a chance to send him off.
I'm working on it. I mean, do you think logically there's any way we can find out if he's tried to head that way? I mean, his car's still here. He can't have gotten far on foot unless he left days. I don't know.
I mean, if he's really going there and he's just on foot, it's going to take him at least a week.
Yeah.
But
I got a question.
We hitched a ride with someone.
Can I hear this conversation from the kitchen?
Yes, they're not trying to be quiet, so
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I'll speak up for you. You know, maybe he tried to hitch a ride or something.
You could have went with the company.
Could be that he's like hitching a ride and coughing on a bunch of people for everybody he hitches a ride from. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it, guys?
Oh, that would be great.
Don't
That'd
give
be
him ideas. Don't
This
give
is
him
why I
ideas.
want to find out.
And this is why the sheriff should have given us his address yesterday or whenever it was that we first asked.
You know, you're right.
It's all his fault.
You're right.
I am going to hold down this paper because I think this is the most important thing that needs to be taken care of right now. But if you'd like to try and convince him to do something else, you're more than welcome to roll a check for it.
I'm just trying to figure out, because obviously here it would be easy. You just,
Yeah.
look at surveillance stuff. But, like, what is there available that we could try and figure out if he's done a runner, you know?
I mean, do they not have any kind of CCTV on stop sign, traffic lights and things like that?
I don't know how things work over there.
No.
A good rule of thumb in the States is that the more rural a place is, the less...
the more isolated.
The more isolated it is, the less technology they have. There's not a ton of CCTV. I mean, like, there is on government buildings and in places where they might have security. Like the Benthic Corporation, for instance, you would have recognized Beau from your time there. You would have seen, like, cameras on the outside monitoring the entrances and exits and the like. But you don't see it in, like, every intersection.
Okay, here's the plan. I want to try and convince him to take me to Benthic to see if they're still there, because we saw them packing up. Under the impression of we could ask to see the CCTV, but from Constance's point of view, this is to get him the fuck out of the way so these guys can deal with the body and everything in this house. Because I'm just assuming there's a lot more. All I've seen is this notepad.
Okay, so what are you trying to get him to do? Is to go...
Take me to Benthic, basically.
Take you to Benthic.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going on
Shut
a
up.
little date to Benthic.
Roll me a persuade check.
Okay. Oh, come on, this is such a good plan.
You mean you didn't shout to the bedroom and ask Sienna to ask him out on a date for you? Yay!
Boy.
Sweet, that's a really good roll. All right, you talk to him and he says, okay, well, that might make sense given that McCaslin worked for Benthic, he says aloud, just kind of like processing. This could finally be our way to get into the company.
It's worth a try, right?
I think that we have more than enough here to show the sheriff. I think that this is very concerning, all of this. And so... Okay,
but this is something we need to deal with. Like, this is a matter of urgency. If we can go there now, we need to figure out where he's gone.
Okay. All right, we'll go there.
Yeah.
Or I will call in and try and get the warrant as we go.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, we saw them backing up last night. There's a chance they might not even be around. That's the first thing.
You saw them backing up last night? When?
We went out there to see if we could ask them some questions, and it was,
You went out there? Without me?
I mean,
He seems a bit hurt.
We're federal investigators, Eric. I'm so sorry for doing my job. You've got to protect the good people of Lewis and Clark County,
You could have just let me know, he says.
Oh my god!
What a needy guy.
Well, how about we just go there now, right?
So needy.
Fucking hell.
Fine.
How dare you go to the toilet without me?
Okay. You've convinced him to take you to Benthic. Now, is everybody going, or is it just you?
I want it to be just me, so I want to shout for Beau.
Got you.
I come toddling over. Hello.
Do you think you can deal with this? Like, pointing very specifically to the notepad. I'll talk to you when we get back, but we're gonna go see if Benthic has caught him on surveillance. If they're even there, we're gonna see what we can do.
Yeah, I'll take pictures.
You guys have this handled?
Yeah, we got it.
Can I? Okay.
Okay.
You have my number. You can call. I have AT&T now. I'll have reception out there. We'll be good.
You have AT&T, you have reception. Legit. All right, so so Constance and Eric head on out. The rest of you are left in the house. Now, it's going to take some time to do things. And in the interest of time and how much time we have to play, we'll kind of try and, not,
Shimmy it along a bit.
shimmy it along a bit. So tell me what Constance and Eric leave. Sienna and Lynas, you hear the door open, them leave. Eric's door, like car closed. You hear the tires go off. It's the three of you left alone in the house. Constance,
Also-
Lynas.
I gave Beau my car keys. I want to put that across because I brought my car.
That was handy.
Gotcha. All right, I'm moving them off to the side because they're effectively out of this scene.
Oh my god, I'm holding hands for the headless body.
Okay. What are the three of you doing now that you have the house to yourself?
I'm gonna put that notepad in my bag.
Yes.
Okay, you put the
Yeah, I was
notepad
gonna
in your
say,
bag.
When I hear the door, I'm going to sort of look out a window trying to find out who it was that left. And as soon as I realise it is Eric and Constance, I'm just going to say to Lynas and maybe shout down to Beau, pack everything up that relates to this. We're disposing of it along with, the other thing.
Okay.
So we want to pack everything, get everything out of here that has anything to do with this case.
Okay. So you're...
I also want to take that picture
Yeah.
of him under the water and that woman under the water.
Sure.
I want to take that picture and put that in my bag too.
Okay. Constance, you already told me you took the VHS tape too. So you have the VHS tape on you. Beau has the legal pad and the picture. And Sienna and Lynas, you guys are you working on
Clearing
that room
the board,
upstairs
yeah.
all together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
Linus would be helping me because he's up there.
Okay.
No, I'm a failure.
Come on, Linus, you can do this. Let's get everything in the car.
Okay. So, you begin getting everything you can up into the car to get it ready for processing. Now, when it comes down to it, there's not too much. The big thing that you needed to do is make certain Eric wasn't there. Now, you are still in a neighborhood,
Welcome.
so I do still need a stealth check for these things. I'm assuming you're trying to hide it from the eyes of what you're doing from neighbors and the like. So, first thing I'm going to do is roll a stealth check to see if there are neighbors about.
It was getting dark though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was dark.
Yeah.
But there could be people out for a jog or a walk or whatever, so, always interesting.
Maybe they should mind their own business.
Okay. There are people indeed kind of walking along the streets. A couple neighbors out, maybe taking out the garbage, other odd chores around their properties. Are you trying to hide what you're doing, or are you just doing it in plain sight?
Okay, well, before we start taking anything out to the car, if there are people about, I'm gonna say to the others, like, you carry on doing this. I'm gonna go and see if I can find out how long ago he left, and I want to talk to the neighbours and the people walking by, and distract them. Try
Sure.
and
Flash a
distract them
badge,
so that
ask
they
some
won't
questions.
notice. Yeah.
All right. So you go out to some of the neighbors trying to figure out some information from the castle. I'm going to go ahead and roll a luck check. So yeah, you make your way from a couple of different neighbors. Roll me a persuade check to try and get some information out of them.
One, you good at
I mean, what are the chances she could fail? Not very good. All right.
Whoa.
So, a couple things happen. First off, they are distracted. So, Lynas and Beau, if you are trying to get stuff from the house, I'm going to give you a plus 20% to your stealth check. So that's one.
Right.
So whoever's doing that, you guys decide amongst yourself who's taking the lead on that roll. Sienna, as you are talking to some of the neighbors, you find out that McCaslin has lived here for quite some time. He seems like he's been kind of sick lately, hasn't really come out. It seems like it was just earlier today in the morning, actually, that he left.
Well, that's good then. He's not been on too long.
And they just thought that he was walking to work or whatever, but he left his car behind for whatever reason. They're not sure.
So he left on foot.
Okay. That is what you get from them. Lynas and Beau, you guys are stealthing out of the house.
You truly are beautiful, you know that.
Oh. Thank you for the subscription, Wifenowski. You're awesome. Oh, and Tank. You guys rock.
Do we both need to stealth?
One of you take the lead on it.
Oh,
Who's taking the lead on it?
what's your stealth, Linus?
What if this whole time he's been like sitting on an 80 stealth and you guys just
Right?
didn't know?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yo, Doctor Man.
Willie, you there?
Willie!
Yeah. Sorry, what's up? Sorry. Zoned out.
What's your stealth?
My stealth is solid 56.
Yeah,
Whoa.
you can take
Snap.
that. Yep, you can take it.
Whoa! This guy is a doctor.
Dude, no joke.
Yeah,
Do-
you
do
never
a s-
know.
Do a
when you
stealth
need-
roll with a +20.
Never know when you need the stealth, you know?
All right, so he's trying to get the
Yeah, you never-
stuff out of... Okay, yeah, so you're able, Lynas, to successfully smuggle the board with Beau out of the house and get it into the car without anybody really noticing. Between Sienna distracting and all of that. Now, you've gotten all of the relevant evidence that you wanted to out of the house. There's just the house itself left. How do you want to proceed? Sienna, you get that information, you come back, it's you, Lynas, and Beau. How do you proceed?
I really want to set it on fire.
I do because of the vomit.
Right, the
Because
vomit
that
and
is
the little shrooms and
I
shit.
hate to break it to you, but there's people around.
yeah, that's the
I know.
problem. But it is a contamination risk, isn't it? The fact that there's vomit in the house, there's
Contaminate the threat. Wait, no. What was it?
containment. Yeah.
Contain the threat.
Okay, Beau.
Yes, I'm assuming we're
You're
back
military,
inside now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you rig some kind of device so this house blows?
I do
after
have.
we leave?
So I have craft, right? And I can do electrician, so I can probably do something, right?
Yeah. If that's what you'd like to do to try and essentially get rid of McCaslin's house. You
Because
are
we can essentially
You
we
guys
can
blowing the shell.
we're blowing the shell, yeah.
the moment
'Cause if we
Constance
could-
leaves.
Like I could I don't mean like blow it up. I mean like I could rig something to set a light, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like a light switch
Like
or a
start,
socket or something.
yeah.
Got
like
you.
because we can burst
You
some
go
kind of
back
gas
to the-
pipe as
Yeah.
well. Like
You go back
set
to
off
the
a gas
the,
leak, and then all it needs is a spark.
You go back to the little thing we started at and grab the RPG.
You want to blow up the
Oh.
house with
That's an
an
option.
RPG.
Could not.
I mean, that's what I was
Maybe-
thinking with the stuff. By the way, is we go put
I
it
think
in
Beau's
the
getting an
in the
itchy
green
trigger
box.
finger is
Yeah.
what I'm hearing.
Listen, I haven't got to shoot anyone, okay?
I know.
Hey, there's still time.
Hopefully we can change that.
Yeah,
all right.
Brent's not got that
Eric-
too
Eric
big a
can
head
come back.
start.
So, yes, if you'd like to try and rig something, essentially, like what you could do is turn the gas on the house, and it would flood. And you can essentially, there are ways to like delay something until like a strike or something until later,
Yeah.
so that it explodes. Or at the very least, like catches on fire or something. That method that I described would be explosive because all of the methane would explode at once.
Yeah, yeah.
If that's what you'd like to do, that's fine.
I want to make sure it burns.
Yeah, make
Sure.
sure everything is gone.
All right, so go ahead and roll me. You have demolitions, right, Beau?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Okay.
She's an
This
army lady with no
is.
stealth and no demolitions. Come on.
Oh yeah, you don't have any.
I'm more of a melee, melee
Yeah,
shitty person.
but you did say you have like electrician, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'll allow you to like kind of like try and mess with the wiring essentially. You have the house to yourself. Jester says to pull the gas line and stick a fork in the microwave. So there you go.
That might be, yeah, that's probably a little bit too quick though, because if it blows right after we leave, it's going to be obvious.
Not just that, yeah.
Give it like half an hour and...
Sure.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
need
like a
something that
slowly-
looks like, if the fire department came and investigated, it's like,
Faulty
oh, this is
electrician.
where it
or
started.
whatever.
Yeah, faulty, yeah.
So something like a light that's on a timer maybe, and a really slow gasoline.
Go ahead and roll me that. Well, it's Beau's idea. And so, Beau, I like your idea of trying to use your electrician to kind of do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it a try.
come on, Beau.
Give me that roll. And
Come on, Beau.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh.
yeah. So you're essentially able to go to the fuse box, trace some lines, and you find some wires to where you're able to start a really, you're able to start a, you go to the office and you see that there is like an overloaded, plug-in strip like most people have.
Yeah, like an extension.
Exactly. You kind of like pull out the plate from where it is, and you're able to kind of like, after turning the electricity off in that room, like kind of take some of the rubber off of the wires on the GCFI outlet. You kind of like spread it out a little bit onto the wood, as well as, onto the insulation itself. And you reason that eventually, when you turn this on, it's gonna, over time, start a fire. It's not gonna be immediate, but the electrical current that's running will definitely ignite both the wood and the insulation. So, and it will look essentially like this overloaded outlet, faulty wiring,
Faulty. Yeah.
that type of thing. So yes, that sounds good. The moment you put that breaker back on, the process will start to happen.
And that's when we leave.
Okay.
Just make sure that we've got everything that we need, and then bugger off.
Yeah, while Beau's doing that, I want to do a last sweep of the house and make sure that we haven't missed anything, make sure that we haven't left anything behind that might be useful.
Sure. Yeah. You don't really find anything outside of what you've already found, and you reckon that you have all the relevant evidence and you've done everything you can here. So you gather together, your party, head off. Before you close the door, Beau goes back in, flips the fuse, and you know that eventually this thing is going to be a fire. So we are going to go ahead and pause on you guys. What is your plan after that? Where are you going? What are you doing? You know that your friends are going to the Benthic Corporation. Are you following suit, or are you doing something else?
What time is it right now?
After everything that you've done, it is probably about 7:30 p.m. Between the talking to
Not
other
late
people.
I was hoping it was later because you really need to sort that out while Eric's gone.
Yeah, because I was thinking at least then...
You know what? Actually, if I recall, my time might be a little bit off. I want to say that you guys actually entered the room at 7 because he got the warrant. So actually, it's probably closer to 8:30 p.m. when you guys are finally done with everything.
Still not late enough.
Beau, I need you to roll me a sanity check, though, because you picked up the legal pad, and presumably you looked through it, because it's the only way you would have realized it had relevant evidence.
Whoa. Don't read things.
It's okay. That is a success. Just take 1 sanity points worth of damage.
I'm
All
really
right.
worried that our rolls have been pretty okay so
I
far.
know, which means the really bad ones are coming.
Yeah, they are.
All right. So have you guys decided what you... Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys discuss, whether through Discord or whatever, what you guys want to do next? I'm going to take it front and center with Constance and Eric for a minute, and that will buy you guys time to decide what you want to do next. If you're just following, that's great, but I know that there's a couple of other things that you were thinking about doing as well.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Constance and Eric. Eric would be in the driver's seat. He looks at you as you are driving along to go to the Benthic Corporation, presumably the source of everything that's kind of been going on. And he, you can hear him as you're driving, calling up people. First person he calls is the sheriff. And you can
You
hear...
shouldn't be on the phone while you're driving.
I'm a deputy.
I'm
Above the law.
Deputy. Law.
I'm above the law as a deputy.
Come on, Sheriff, don't pick up.
Okay, sheriff picks up. Eric picks up, and he's trying. You can hear him really trying to persuade. Dude, we found this, so on and so forth. And the sheriff, you can see Eric is having this back and forth with the sheriff, trying to convince him. Doesn't look like it's going well through, but Constance, you have a moment to throw something in if you'd like.
I want to put my hand out for the phone.
So it's actually on Bluetooth, so you
okay,
probably
fair
been
enough.
able to hear the whole conversation.
Just gonna be very blunt and just ask if you can get us a warrant for the benefit company or not. That's all I want to know.
Why do you want this so bad?
Because it's imperative to our investigation.
And what have you seen that'll change my mind?
Evidence that links whatever's going on with the coroner to this company. So can you get us a warrant?
Roll me a persuasive check. Persuade.
Ugh.
I'm certain it'll be fine. It's like one of your best
You got
skills.
this. You got this.
Yeah,
Come
but
on,
it's
you
the
got this.
sheriff, so like, I just don't like talking to.
Oh no, you don't got this.
86!
Oh no!
The worst possible result.
Who was it who
Just
said
get
about the rolls? Was that you? Was that all your fault?
Was what my
What is
fault?
the worst possible result in this sort of scenario?
You gonna get arrested.
What? For driving? Fuck off.
The sheriff, you can hear kind of a long pause as you talk about all of this. And he just says, trying to think about how to do this. He just tells you, look, just because Halsey is sick doesn't mean the world's ending.
I just want a yes or a no.
So then no.
Okay, bye.
And,
Hang up.
oh, so you hang up as he was still talking?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
I thought it was on Bluetooth though. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. There's gotta be a button, right?
There's a button right there. The sheriff
Okay.
immediately starts ringing back, and you see that Hayes is like looking at you. Look, he's fixing to answer it.
I'll just shrug and look out the window.
Sheriff, so Hayes puts it on. He's like, I'm sorry about that, Sheriff. I'm sorry. And you hear him like open up the line and berate Eric. And then the next thing you hear him say is, you better keep them under a collar. You can't let them run around doing whatever the heck they want, Eric. And he says, if they set foot on Benthic without my approval, and without a warrant, it will be your head and your job. And he just says, yes, sir.
What a phrase from a sheriff.
Wow.
Yeah, this sheriff has got to be taking, getting paid. Like he's being bribed by them to cover shit up, isn't he?
Eric pulls over onto the side of the road, and he looks at you, and he just says, I can't put my job on the line.
I get that. You said you can't set foot in Benthic, right?
Yeah, you heard him. That's exactly what he said.
So we could drive past and see if their trucks are still around, right? I mean, the road's public property.
He never said Eric couldn't. He just said you couldn't.
If you can still hear me, you're going to have to give me a second. My Bluetooth headset just died. So I need to switch over to my regular headset. And unfortunately, Jester, that means I have to take off my hat. You guys, I don't know if you can hear me. I think you can. You can discuss about what you want to talk about while I get this sorted out. Sorry, Mom.
Said.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't meta! Don't you meta!
You're totally muted as well, which makes it worse.
It's scary. It's fine. If he watches the VOD right now, he can't fully hear what we're discussing right now. So if we all talk quietly.
Okay.
Bang 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 bang.
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Man, it sure is
Totally
nice of
watching the
of Eric to decide to shoot the sheriff while the handler was busy. That was real nice.
I thought you talked him into blowing up the sheriff's office.
Or yeah,
Oh.
you kind of sound like you're in on like a phone.
You're coming from your webcam mic.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Oh no.
My immersion.
My immersion.
I think as a result, bang bang bang, we're shooting everyone.
I realized what I did wrong. When I was moving around my room, I turned the dial down on my soundboard so that people didn't hear like just all the different sounds. I'm all good to go now though, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
And I think, yep.
Where were we?
You guys were discussing
I was
Constance and
pointing out-
Eric were just pulled over on the side of the road.
Wording of the sheriff, yeah.
And they started making out.
That's not.
Hey, yo.
I'm not just a b-boy.
I think that's exactly what started happening.
Do you reckon he like just constantly smells of piss? 'Cause that would be so bad.
I
stale
feel like
piss,
we would have
come on.
noticed by this point if he did.
He's
Nice for that.
he cleans up really well. Actually,
Good job, Eric.
Okay, good.
Good job, Eric. He's got at least an 80 in his hygiene skill. All right. So, how would you, Constance, go ahead and roll me a persuade check to try and convince him to still go on the property, or at the very least in the public area, because that's within the rules.
I mean, hey, it can't be worse than 86, right?
I mean, it could just be another 86,
But it wasn't.
which would be hilarious, but it's not.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he
Should be.
says, well, I guess it isn't on their property. And we'll fade out on you guys and go back to Sienna, Lynas, and Beau, as Eric and Constance head off towards the benthic.
My aim is to keep him out here until the dead of night.
Okay, you're trying to keep him out here until the dead of night.
At least late enough that they will be beginning the process of disposing of the body.
Okay. Got you. So you're trying to buy them enough time to get that done. Okay. Cool. So then we're going to go back to Sienna, Lynas, and Beau. What's going on?
I think we decided that we're gonna go drop off the evidence in the green box.
The evidence you currently have, you're going to go put it in the green
The
box.
stuff
Yes.
from the house.
Got you. So you're not going to get the body, just to be clear. You're just going to
It's
take
not
this.
late. It's not late
too
enough yet.
early.
Got it. All right. So that's
I suppose you
fine.
can also scope out and see if that lady at the house is home and is going to be watching you.
Yeah.
You go out to the location where you remember where the green box is, and I imagine you turn your headlights off as you get and draw a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And you do not see her or any of her family members on the road or at their home outside like they were before.
So I guess we just take the stuff up to the green box, ditch it in there.
Yeah.
Sure. And that's enough of a hand wave at this point because I mean, you're just walking, you already know where the location is. You can go to the green box, drop it all off.
Re-camouflage it, same way
Yeah.
as before.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a survival check for that.
You rolled so well the first time. Come on. Actually, no, we didn't, did we?
No.
She did.
We did,
She,
we did,
She rolled a
yeah.
critical
Oh,
success.
Yeah, for that one.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
because
the
you found the tar.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's fine. You're coming back later. It's okay.
Okay,
Why
coming
are we
back
all
later.
so bad at survival?
Hand wave like magic. Yeah, so you go
It's
ahead.
the dead of night. It's nighttime anyway, so no one's gonna see.
That's what you think. I'm scared.
You go ahead and put the tarp on there, and it looks pretty good to your estimation at night.
So did the car at Benthic.
It is about
Hey, that worked out really well.
Yeah, well, they rolled an 86. Couldn't have been worse.
at this point in time. It is the travel to the green box is definitely farther. I'm going to go ahead and show you a map that we've looked at before to kind of help give you an idea. There it is. Boom. You can see on this map where the green box is. It's actually not in Lewis and Clark County like everything else. And you guys have been based out of you've been based out of Helena.
I was trying to move myself out the way. And then you moved it and I drew.
So you make your way to the green box. It's a good hour and a half between like getting there, dropping everything off. So it is about 8:30. So it's about 10 o'clock by the time you're able to get back to Helena. Well, assuming that's what you want to do, it is about, we'll say it's about 9:30 by the time you're done putting the camouflage back on. You're at the green box. It is 9:30 p.m. What do you decide to do next? What is it?
Good funny voice.
That
Once
puts
we've
you.
done that, I'll probably give Constance a quick ring and see how things are going with her and Eric.
Cool. Rolling a luck check. You make your way out to the Benthic Corporation. Constance and Eric, we're back to you on the road. And it's pretty much a long stakeout of you trying to kind of like look into Benthic's property. You don't see Hyder. Yeah, you don't see any activity aside from a random security officer kind of wandering around. Eric kind of like looks at you and sighs, asking through body language if this is really going to be effective.
Do you know any of these people? I don't want to see if he has any link. I mean, he didn't know very much of them, but does he know anyone that...
Does he know any of the security agents? It does not appear that...
Yeah.
Well, let's roll a luck check. I mean, there's a few people a few of the security that go to a bar and Helena sometimes after their shifts. We talk. Seems like it's a pretty boring. I mean, most security work is.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if there's another angle here. Like, clearly the sheriff doesn't want us going here. If you were to come ask them if we've been giving them trouble, I don't know. See if you can see if there's anyone around.
I gotta be honest. I gotta follow what the sheriff's told me. Otherwise, this is gonna.
And the sheriff told you to keep us off the property.
Yeah, but they don't take too kindly to us showing up there either, unless we got a warrant.
Yeah.
So at that moment, you get a phone call, and you could tell that it is from Sienna.
Decline. No, I'm kidding.
Decline it.
Wow.
Hang up.
She's just checking in, seeing what you're doing, and whether or not, and yeah, you guys have that conversation, not me.
Hey, Constance. How's it going?
Sucks. The sheriff's a douche. I'm sorry, Eric. But he kind of is. I'm sorry.
No, he's kind of a douche.
I mean, he's kind of a douche.
I take it you couldn't get the warrant.
No, of course not.
So whereabouts are you?
Outside Benthic. There's like 1 or 2 security guards. There's not a lot going on. I don't know if they're still even here. After, like, we saw them packing up after they were tipped off by God knows who. I think we all know who.
Okay, we're still dealing with things here. We haven't taken the stuff to the garage yet. Well, we've taken a few.
Sorry, can you say garage again?
Garage. Yeah. No. Shut up, Constance. Okay.
It's
been a long day.
Like garage. Like what the fuck kind of British person is she?
It's like she was like a mix in between British and American.
I know.
Right there.
Gosh.
I know.
She's being infected by the way we speak.
Exactly.
You haven't taken the things to the garage.
The garage. Okay. Yeah, we're still dealing with things here. That one thing's been dealt with. hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your plans?
You guys, you have any ideas out here?
Was that towards Eric?
No, to them. See if they have any ideas for us to.
And I've got it on speakerphone as well, so that the others can chime in if they want. Have you got any ideas, guys?
Trying to think of what else we need to do.
So, just to remind you, there is the Deputy Jacob's body.
Yeah, we're waiting until
Constance.
super late at night.
You also know that there is the pit.
Oh yeah.
What if they left anything at the pit?
Constance, just so you know, we spoke to some of the neighbours.
Yeah.
And it looks like he left earlier this morning. So he's not got earlier on today. So he's not been gone that long, and he left on foot. So
right.
Yeah.
So we could have not got very far, or got really
he's
far.
been picked up,
Or
and,
he could have been picked up by you. Cough, cough, then fake. And then they went.
Or
off
his
to-
mate, the sheriff. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not been gone. He's not got that long a head start on us.
Right.
Would I got a question, Prankster.
Yes?
Since I looked through the pad with all the information and stuff, would I know that the Devil's Tower thing was in there?
Depends if you knew what the Devil's Tower was.
So I
I
think
don't know what it is, but
yes.
it might be written down,
Yes, that would. It's a good question. Would he have written it down? Let's write a luck roll. Or, you know what? No, because it was only. What's the word I'm looking for? The only reason Constance understood it is because she's been researching it and had a clear idea.
Right.
So you would see essentially a tall mesa, and you're like, I have no idea what this is.
Okay.
But yes, you have Deputy Jacob's body. You have the pit, if you so desire. There is still the opportunity to get into Benthic Corporation. However, your current forays to get that are difficult. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, Constance, Lynas, anybody who'd like to. Because you're having this conversation openly among all of you.
So small.
It occurs to you guys that getting a warrant doesn't mean you need the sheriff's permission.
Oh. So can we go to the judge ourselves and get a warrant?
Correct.
How do we do that?
Now again, you have to
I don't know
show.
how warrants work.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I had you roll the intelligence check to see if your characters would know. Beau just wants to break in, but
With my really bad stuff.
Bang.
Just going guns blazing.
There's a number of ways that you can get it. There isn't just one judge that you can go to. Granted, if the closest one that you have is in Helena, that is an opportunity. That's an option. But you do know that you have resources from the FBI, and you also know that with your connection, that they probably they already want you to try and reclassify the case anyway, so that way the local deputy's office doesn't even have any jurisdiction at all.
That's the plan, and that was why I sent the text the last session.
Yes,
I want the sheriff to.
Thank you for that reminder. Eventually, you would get a text back or an email or something cryptic, outlaw, that essentially would tell Constance give us some basic information, evidence, and we can get the warrant for you. You've already done a lot of the legwork just by taking photographs of the evidence that you have, whether it be Dr. McCaslin or the videotape, or any number of these other things.
Feasibly, Sienna took photos. I could get her to send those to the handler.
Correct.
I don't remember. Did we get photos the other night at the pit?
No.
No. Shame.
It was
You
all
did-
shredded.
No,
And
you
I got
did
that note. I got
No,
that
I mean,
note.
did we take photos? Because
I got
the
the-
water was glowing.
I have the actual note in my pocket or something as well in my backpack.
Oh
That is
yeah,
true.
the sheriff tipped him off. Ooh.
All right. Well, in that case, Sienna, can you got photos, right?
Of the
Yeah.
what Brent had in his house.
Yeah. Can you send those to the big guy?
Can do. Are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Federal warrant.
Yeah. In that case,
Reclassification. That's
Remember,
You know.
yeah, remember, and then that's, and part of me clarifying is because I do know that you guys, and this isn't meant to be insulting, so please don't take it in such a
Oh
way.
no, I know where you're going, and
I know you're ignorant about the American
Yeah,
legal
yeah.
system,
Yeah.
and that's, heck, I'm ignorant about the UK one.
Insulted right now.
Willie is ignorant about the American legal system, so hey,
I'm
you know,
insulted.
So,
that's
so we
fair.
need to get in, but poor Eric here has basically been told that if he helps us in any way, he's lost his job. So, I'm not going to put him in that position, but needs must.
So
Okay.
hearing that, Beau will take a picture of the note and send that to
Or like Sienna take a picture and
Oh yeah, I'll just
Okay.
let Sienna take a picture of it.
whatever works.
yeah, and also the notebook, the legal pad with all the stuff in there, I guess.
At the very least, the information on us, because that's
Yeah,
enough that that needs to be locked down.
Well, I was thinking, I was thinking more the fact that it's pretty clear cut that he's infected. So,
Or like the ramblings of they're going to be here. Like, that's
Oh,
clear
yeah,
evidence of some kind of clairvoyance. I'm not saying this out loud in front of Eric, obviously, but like, just more we're thinking out loud.
yeah.
Like the evidence of something fucky going on. And
Sure.
then that's enough to get that locked down.
Sure. All right. So then, you get the information, and you are able to send it to the handler.
Yeah.
In
I know
such a
it's gonna take time, but,
in such a way, it is going to take a little bit of time. But also, depending on the severity of a situation, they can act pretty fast as well.
Yeah. With it being a potential Delta Green exposure, it could be.
Yeah. As far as we know, he's patient 0.
All right.
So we need to find him and we need information.
So,
Bang, bang, bang.
So, you were able to get the information to your handler, and I said it was about 9:30. At about 10:30 p.m., he gets back to you with the ability to have a warrant. He said it will be the physical copy, which is what anybody's going to ask for. Will be there tomorrow morning. That's just as soon as it can get it done. But he said the process has started. So we'll say that happens kind of after your conversation with Sienna. But you know that's in the pipeline.
Is there anything else we were talking about on the phone?
I mean, I'm gonna. We still need to deal with that thing that we need to deal with tonight. Do you want to keep Eric? Do you want to, go on a nice little date and have a fun time with Eric while we deal with that?
You know what we could do? We could swing by the pit.
Invite him along. Oh, okay.
So Eric and you are going to swing by the pit.
I'm pitching that to you guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be more.
Yeah, what do you want to do about your friend? Are you going to spend the evening keeping him out of the way?
Or, you know, you could just...
Excuse me?
Or you could just go your separate ways and we pick you up.
Just...
Because he's going to go to bed at some point, right? And I know you don't want to go with him.
As an out of character thing, trying to keep him from going to the sheriff and be like, whoa, this shit's crazy. We need to go investigate because fuck off, it's our problem now, bitch.
So
then if the sheriff goes into that house, you know, he's going to blow up the house. He's going to blow up the house.
Oh no, what a shame. Let's
kill the sheriff.
Let's send a secret message to the sheriff saying, you really need to go to this address. No, let's not.
What's that?
So one thing that would be important for you all to be aware of as well is... Shoot, I had the sentence and then it just it left halfway through.
Poofed from your brain.
It's poofed right from my brain.
You had a brain fart.
I had a brain fart. Well, I'm certain it will come back to me again, so we'll just keep moving on.
Okay.
All right, so what... Okay. So let's take a step...
You let me know when it's good to come back, you know?
Okay.
So do you want us to do the thing and then we'll go to the place? Yeah.
Yeah, you deal with that.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
We got this covered, right?
Yeah.
Remember what I was going to say. So, for Delta Green operatives, you know that there is something called bringing somebody in as a friendly to Delta Green. These are people who aren't outright operatives, but who have been known to be like assisting in the past. I tell you this because
Eric's gonna become one.
Well, I'm telling you this because Eric has received a lot of information. He's been there for a lot of different realizations.
He was actually going to DM you about it after this session and be like, is this a possibility future-wise?
And so the truth of the matter is... Say what?
We're turning him into an agent.
So, yeah, so one option is possibly trying to turn him into a friendly. Another possible option, and that doesn't mean they're an agent, that means they're like assisting. Yeah. Another possibility is killing him.
Okay.
So that way he can't share anything that he knows if you don't think he's trustworthy. The other option is somehow silencing him. That might not involve his
cut out his
demise.
tongue.
God.
So
he can still write.
Cut off his hands.
My God.
No.
Got dark real quick.
Some kind of memory loss serum.
We need to get Beau in a combat quick here because she's
she's getting out.
You got some wolves by the green box you can go hunt or something?
Yeah.
I'll just look out and
show up.
She needs to get that excess energy
roll
out.
melee to tip a
Beau,
cow.
bring the RPG with you. Have a bit of fun.
Okay.
But no, knowing that, I would like to follow up the phone call then by texting Sienna, essentially suggesting you send over some info on Eric, hoping she knows what I mean.
I'm just going to text back, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Friendly.
I mean, yeah, he's reasonably friendly.
Oh my God. Never mind.
You know Sienna's not, like, super bright, right?
In that case, on our drive to the pit, I'm going to... No, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to word it, though, and cryptically, I'm not thoughtful right now. That's a problem for later.
I mean, if he's not driving around, he can't exactly watch you text.
It's more that, like, are we supposed to be relatively cruising?
I'm gonna pause this really quick because we can get into something called analysis paralysis if we're always trying to choose the perfect thing. I want to suggest to you to not metagame and instead just think about what your character would do and what they would want to do, and keep it to yourself, and that will help us to avoid the analysis paralysis if we're not trying to think about everybody else's decisions as well. So, not chastising you guys or anything. You guys are doing great, but just in the interest of like keeping things moving.
Let's carry on.
All right. So, from what I'm hearing, Constance is just continually occupying Eric right now, correct?
Yeah, we're heading to the pit unless any of them had any objections. While they deal with the body Sitch.
Oh, what, you're taking Eric to the pit?
Yeah.
Okay. That is the decision her character has made. So, Constance drives to the pit. We come back to Helena. It is now fairly late at this point, 10 p.m. Sienna, Lynas, and Beau. The three of you are front and center as you make your way back now to the familiar mortician's office.
Are we doing this now? I thought we were doing it later.
Oh, I thought you were doing
it
this
like
now.
Late now,
I wanted to do it like dead of night.
Yeah,
Got you.
like 3 a.m.
When
or something.
everybody's sleeping.
So then what are you doing now?
We could get some coffee.
Okay, you get some coffee.
We could also
Oh,
probably
we have
clear out
that
the rest of
dinner.
the stuff out of the lab.
Yeah, we could sort of deal with other bits in the lab and also try and figure out, because there's CCTV outside the coroner's office.
Yeah.
We need to figure out a way to, for that not to show us taking a body out of there. Yeah.
A couple things happen. You guys go to the coffee house and get a late night. Get some coffee because you know it's going to be a late night. And as you are drinking, a couple of things happen. First, you hear sirens echo throughout the city of Helena, down the street from where you actually are currently. Why are there laser beams shooting out of Linus's eyes?
I just have the deathly stare,
Oh, that was just the line that was there from
Careful,
Beau.
don't get touched by it. You'll become a failure.
Actually, do you want to see something really cool?
Oh my god.
I can't see it on my screen, which is a real disappointment.
Linus feels sick, but also like sick, dude.
Actually, wait a second. Let's do
Oh no.
Wait.
I thought I was going to avoid being thrown up on this week.
Sorry.
That's what you thought. Think again.
Okay, you guys make your way. You hear sirens echo throughout the city of Helena. As you're taking a moment, a break from everything that's been going on, who has the main phone that you... Who is the phone that you guys have been giving a number out to from the people you've contacted, like Deputy Jacob's wife?
You think, Sienna?
I gave Eric my... I thought Beau gave... Was it her that you
I
gave
thought you
the
gave
number
it
to, Beau?
Eric.
Oh,
but
yeah, I might
Linus gave
have.
his number to someone. But I don't remember who. Was it the coroner?
No, I thought Beau gave her number.
I think I gave her my number.
No.
I
Then,
don't remember giving.
in that case, we'll just say Beau. Beau, you get a phone call from the phone number of Deputy Jacob's wife, Christina.
Oh god.
Do you answer it?
I don't know.
Throw the phone away.
Probably should.
Yeah, contamination.
I will answer it.
You answer the phone to a panicked woman. So something's wrong with my baby. So something's wrong with my child. I need you guys to come here immediately. Please hurry.
Okay.
And the line just goes.
That was Jacob's wife. Something's wrong with the baby.
We should get over
What do
there.
you mean something wrong?
Something's wrong with the baby. We need to.
What
head
do you
over there,
mean?
like,
What do
right
you mean?
now.
Something's wrong with the baby. You know what's wrong with the baby.
I guess we head over there.
Excuse you, I do not know what's wrong with the baby.
You just neutralized the only thing keeping it alive. It's gonna fucking die, and she's gonna tell the sheriff. And
You
we're
take
gonna
a
get
moment.
arrested.
Neutralize the threat.
Wow. You take a moment, taking one last swig of coffee before getting out on the road to head back over to the Jacobs family's home. Constance and Hayes, you have essentially made your way back into Helena at this point to continue to do your things. There's not a ton going on with you, so I'm going to focus on Beau, Sienna, and Lynas right now. There we go. After a short drive across Helena, you make your way to the Jacobs family home. There you can see her chewing on her nails, kind of like holding her head. Your car pulls up and she runs out to meet you. At this point, it's 11 p.m. and you can see that she has a terrified look upon her face.
Okay, how does she look? Like, besides the whole scared part, but health, you know?
Health-wise, she looks... She looks... like some of her skin has kind of cleared a little bit.
Okay.
Cool. She looks like she's trying to think, but she's kind of like having a headache. She doesn't have those crying jags that she was going into, but she runs over to you, and she essentially is like, my baby, something's wrong.
Okay.
Presumably you rush inside, and you see the baby. And this, while everyone you've met thus far has seemed infected to some extent, nobody has looked quite as infected as this baby, which you have seen. It looks not only like it has a rash, but that parts of its face and body have changed before you. And it's essentially like trying to kind of like crawl around, but not it's like in the crib. It's not crying, it's not yelling, it's not screaming as you burst in, but it doesn't look as lively as before. It doesn't look good at all. In fact, it looks like that glow that had accompanied it. Maybe you see a brief spot of it as you turn into the room, as it is not glowing as much anymore. It just looks like a fungus now. It almost looks like it's drying out.
So basically it's turning into a newborn baby.
Give it some batteries, it'll be fine.
No, for real. Where's the water at? I need to pour the water.
Dunk him in the pit.
Alright, so I guess we go in and look at the baby, and I guess this is Linus's thing.
Let Lynas do his thing, yeah.
I roll like a medical check or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Big money, no whammies.
That one.
Medicine, yeah. So, for all intents and purposes, like, maybe you were wrong about the vaccine before, trying to vaccinate people against this. But you know for a fact that this should work. There are two issues. One, the fungus seems to be thriving in an acidic atmosphere. Two, the fungus is thriving on heavy metals. So you're eliminating
I know
I'm
feeling better, right? Like
And
I'm
you-
feeling
Yes, and you know that you're, from your own personal experience, like, whatever influence, whatever this thing has, whatever, it seems to be waning in you. Mm-hmm. So it all makes sense, medically, scientifically, and then on top of that, you have your own personal experience to boot. This baby does not look... doesn't look good. Are you like trying to hold it or observe it or what's or kind of like feel its head? What are you doing?
Check its vitals, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think because like I know what's wrong, but Lynas doesn't know what's wrong. I'm trying to think of how, you know.
Sure. So you kind of like go towards...
check his vitals.
Yeah.
Do the rundown.
You go towards to like check his like ear, right? You're like, you know how doctors stick like the thing in the ear? And,
Yeah, the thermometer in the ear.
Sure. And you like go to kind of like pull down his earlobe.
Pull it.
And the lobe crumbles off in your hands before you can pull it taut.
Oh. But think of your oath, Lynas. First do no harm.
Did it look like it felt it? Like, did it look like it was in pain when that happened?
The baby doesn't really like it just seems like it's out of it, and it's just kind of like looking around, and the mom is just like
that's new. Okay.
It's fine. Newborns often shed their ears. They grow back. It's totally normal.
Yeah, this is totally normal.
Did you not read that in the new baby books?
Roll me an intelligence check, Lynas.
Okay. All right, big brain time. Woo! Look at that.
Yeah, that's
Almost
pretty much
one.
yeah. It stands to reason, Lynas. You know that this baby came out early and that it's already been doing things that no baby at this developmental stage should be able to do, like crawl when they're an infant. It doesn't cry. And you also know from your previous genetic testing that this fungus isn't just something in and of itself, but it changes things at the genetic and molecular level.
Right.
Whatever this baby is now, it's more the fungus than it is the baby. And as
Would Beau be able
such,
to deduce some of this from seeing the notepad?
would Beau?
Yeah, because I read
Yeah.
through that notepad with
You know, there was a
sketches
picture of
and
the baby
stuff.
that was just the star head. And she's seen the tape.
Roll me an intelligence check, Beau. Let's see if you put it together.
Good luck.
Oh.
I'm dumb
No.
as fuck.
Yeah, she just has no idea. But Lynas, like you're sitting there and
Hold on, I feel insulted.
you can roll.
Did I see?
No, my intelligence is worse than yours. So if you're dumb as fuck, what does that make me?
You have described her as dumb, but in a charming way, if I recall.
Well, yeah.
Forgot to do
It's the other way around. It was charming in a dumb way.
That's right. That's right.
I'm the thickest one here.
So, in the room, can't remember, were there pictures there of the baby? Like, did I don't think so, right?
No, I mean the baby is an infant, so it stands to reason there's not a ton of.
Right. I was talking about the house we just went to.
Got
There's
you.
nothing. I don't think there was anything about that.
Oh, like on the board that we were looking at.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
the
was there
board.
anything about the baby?
Was there anything about the baby on the board? There's kind of a question mark. There wasn't really a whole lot to it. What you can reason, Lynas, as he puts it kind of all together in his mind, is that this baby no longer is entirely human.
Okay.
In fact, it's probably majority not human. And as a result, what it is sustained off of and what it needs to survive, the chelation therapy as well as the sodium bicarbonate, although well-intentioned, is
Right.
killing it.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back. Can we all step outside real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
Is this away from the mother?
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine she's like, just looking at the baby, fretting, and she looks at you and nods.
We're all outside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, baby's dead.
It's dead?
Where?
Yeah. He's dead. But it's not dead.
What the hell do you need?
Lynas always has such a way with words.
It's dead. It's not human.
Okay, those are two very different things.
I can understand with the way it looked that it wasn't completely human. And the way it progressed. As a baby that was born that early should still be in hospital.
Yeah. But yeah, so the fungus is why it's alive. And since we're killing the fungus,
It's killing the baby.
yeah. But technically the baby's already dead.
Yeah. The fuck do we do? Just tell her?
You
I mean,
can't tell her.
we're supposed
why
to
can't we tell her?
neutralize the contamination, right?
Yeah. And I guess it's doing it. I say we explain it like we would to a child.
But we can't tell her about a lot of those things.
As a suggestion, given how close she is, I know I'm not there, but I think she's gonna be someone that we're gonna have to have taken into some kind of protection program, or like replay, like something to
Mind washing.
her away from
program.
where she is, because
Yeah.
this is a lot and she knows a lot.
Can I buy one of those Men in Black pens?
Yeah. Why haven't we got those?
Can I have the Men in Black pen, please? That would be great.
Yeah, I'm
Why
gonna put that
wasn't
on my
it?
expenses.
Can we
They
buy
should-
those at like
They should have
Walmart
had
or
those in the
something?
green box.
Yeah, do you guys
right?
have those?
You guys have those in Walmart?
We have them all over the UK.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm actually carrying one. Like,
you have
Constance is the one,
pens
don't
that
worry
could
about
just
it.
make people forget things
Yeah.
just at a gas station?
Yeah, why do you think all Americans still say Cambridgeshire? We make them forget how it's actually
What could go wrong with that? All right. So, tell me how you guys decide to proceed. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes.
Do we want to call this into the handler and find out what they suggest we do about the child and the mother? Because
If you want to call them, sure.
The handler
Well, he
would-
did say eliminate, you know?
yeah, but the only threat this woman poses is if we dispose of the threat.
If you don't do anything, she's gonna.
We will have to
she's gonna
dispose
talk.
of her too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's gonna notice that her baby isn't there anymore.
The handler would. These are decisions you would need to make.
So they
wouldn't.
Yeah.
take like because this is clearly not normal. They wouldn't want to take this baby in and find out,
That
more
is
about
what
this.
Delta Greens is not normal. That's everything that Delta Green does is not normal. Now, if you
True, but
so if you want to, so I guess the point that I'm trying to make is they cannot make that decision for you. Now, if you so decide that you would like to try and communicate with Delta Green to persuade them to do this, to take this child
Do
in,
an extraction.
okay.
right, then that's fine. But you guys ultimately have to make the decision. And if you do decide to do that, like, then things might happen. But you'll have to make a pretty hard convincing effort because, as you know, I mean, Lynas is like that's kind of part and parcel of what Delta Green is. And I know that like we've done the hard, like, fun investigating part of it, the creepy X-Files bit. But a big part of this is like the difficult choices that need to be made, and that's what they rely on you to do. Now,
I just didn't know if they would have like some Area 52 type place
Got you.
to take
Yeah.
all these weird things, to study them further and find out more.
yeah,
Especially considering the probable link to these star people and blah blah blah.
sure. And if that's something that you'd like to make a case for, then to them when you call, you don't know if they have anything like that. You're just an agent. But that is something that you can attempt to do.
The alternative would be having her extracted and the baby dealt with. Because, like, no
Dealt
matter
with.
what, she needs to be out of the picture in some way, and extra deaths isn't gonna look great. It's gonna bring more publicity to this case.
Yeah.
Right now, no one knows she's had this baby because it's insanely early for them to have had a baby. If she just disappeared, her husband's just died. She's,
Yeah, you say that, but we don't know if the neighbors know.
we don't know. No.
Okay. Analysis paralysis time is over. I need a decision.
What if we
Just be up.
take the baby from her?
And tell her what? I mean, she's a mother that had a baby, 2 days ago or something, a few days ago. This is a newborn baby that's sick. Wherever we take that baby, she's going to want to go too. I mean, what can we tell her that's going to convince her to let us? That she wouldn't even let you examine that baby without her being present. She's not going to let us take this baby.
You guys are where?
Outside.
Outside where? Just like standing outside the door on the porch?
Far enough away from the house that she can't hear us, and nobody else. In the back over by those hedges at the back there.
Back over by the hedges.
Right over here, look.
Okay, so you're kind of on the side of the house? Is that for reals? Is that what you guys are deciding to do?
Probably. I don't know what's that side of the house, but sure.
Cool. Roll me an awareness check.
Oh no.
Or alertness.
Irish not here at the moment.
Okay, I will go ahead and roll on Irish's behalf. Unless, I tell you what, why don't you guys just roll a D1? One of you decide to roll the D100, and I'll compare it against her score, which is... was that for her, or was that for you, Willie?
That was me.
Okay, so both of you are ambivalent. One of you roll a D100, and I'll compare it to her 71.
I'll do it.
You have to roll
Go
a
on, really?
71
Less than
or
that.
lower. Success. All of you are deep in this discussion, Lynas and Sienna specifically, really trying to figure out what the heck is your next steps. As that goes on, you hear the door open to the front. Beau does. She looks out over the side to see her, in her arm, the child. You could see it kind of like slumped over, not doing so well, what have you. And as that happens, Beau also sees a gun in her hand.
Oh.
She has a bag over her shoulder. She has the gun in her hand. And I don't know if you're far enough. I don't know if you're going to be able to... I don't know if Beau will be able to make the distance, but we're going to see what happens.
I'm back.
Beau,
He's got a gun.
What?
She's got a gun.
She's leaving the house with the baby. She's got a gun, Beau. And you're the only one that saw
noticed.
it.
Beau, you're the only one
shit.
that heard the door open as the mom comes out with the baby in tow, a bag over her arm. So she's got like a bag and the baby in one arm, right? Slung over her shoulder on the arm with the baby. In her left hand, she has a gun. She comes out, points the gun at y'all's vehicle, and begins to fire. Pop, pop, pop! You hear throughout the street. All of you are, Beau, you can actually take action. Sienna and Lynas are unable to. What do you guys do? What are you doing,
when I was
Beau?
away?
They're just
hang
trying to. They're trying to discuss about what to do next.
Let me see what I've got. What can I do?
You're standing there thinking, and she's going to take another shot at the vehicle.
No! I'm gonna run and tackle it. Oh,
The die have been rolled first.
no shit!
First thing that happens, poof, this time, you can hear the car alarm go off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The shots hit the car, as well as the tire, which apparently was what she was aiming for, blowing out the passenger side front tire. She has baby in tow. Go ahead and roll me a unarmed combat check against her unarmed combat. She has a baby and some things going on, so she will be at a negative to resist.
My fucking car.
we've already trashed both.
That is a success. You were able to tackle her to the ground. Luck check. She shields her baby as she can to the best of her ability. It falls onto her as it falls onto the ground with you, the two of you. The car alarm is going off. Gunshots have been heard. Lights begin to light up in neighboring houses.
Turn the alarm off and take the gun off her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an unarmed check to try and pry the gun away from her.
Oh no.
She failed, but you failed worse because you fumbled. The gun goes it kind of like slides out along one of a nearby sidewalk, out of both of your hands. She has the baby. She's both weeping and crying out, "I've got to help my baby! I've got to help my baby!" You're trying to do this. What are Sienna and Lynas doing as all of this is going down?
After seeing Beau run off after her, I'm gonna get my gun out and.
Oh my god, she's got a gun?
Yeah, of course I've got a gun. No, you haven't.
This is America.
Wait, do I have a gun? I don't remember if I have.
You
Why
probably
don't you have
do.
a gun, Lynas?
I think it was mandated we all had a gun,
Hold on.
like a pistol.
Yeah, especially after the whole what's the face thing. Oh, what's his name?
Molly.
Marlene. Yeah.
Marlene, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I have this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna draw my weapon and approach, keep the gun trained on her, just in case she tries to do anything to Beau.
Okay, you keep the gun trained on her. How about you, Lynas?
Well, I am going to be completely oblivious of the whole thing. Start, because yeah, I don't know what's going on until the gunshots, and I turn around and it's like, oh, what the?
Makes sense.
So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna attempt to pick her up and carry her back to the house.
Okay, you're going to attempt to pick her up and carry her back to the house. Roll me an unarmed check to do just that.
You fucking kidding me, dude?
Both of you fail. So I think how that looks is she breaks from your grasp with baby and thing in tow. But she's also unable to like really get away from you. So you're kind of just like locked on the sidewalk in this pattern. You guys see lights going on in the neighborhood from nearby houses and the like.
So I'm just gonna say it. But we need to get back inside. Your baby's not safe out here.
My baby's not safe near you or him. You did something to my baby, she yells. They did something to my baby. They did something to my baby.
I cover her mouth. I cover her mouth.
Go ahead and roll me an unarmed check.
Oh no. She's gonna fucking bite me.
It's like Molly all over again.
Don't say that.
He said it looks like a lot of fun. Okay, I'm glad.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They said it is a lot of fun. So she succeeds, but your success is better. So in a tiebreaker, you are able to cover her mouth, keep her from screaming. What are the two of you doing? Sienna, you've got your gun trained on her. Lynas, you're kind of oblivious, just standing there. What else?
Okay, this is not going to help your baby. I need you to give your baby to the doctor, and I need you to come inside. You're just making your baby sicker being out here.
Oh, no. I know it will help my baby. I know it will help my baby. I've seen it. I know it will help my baby. I know it will help my baby. I've seen it.
No.
Well, I know what'll help her, baby.
I have to go. I have to go to the tower, the mountain. I have to go there. They can help my baby.
What? Where?
The tower. They can help my baby. It's the only thing that can help her now. Help him now.
What tower?
The tower. Let me go. Actually, she's not able to say any of this because Beau's covering her mouth, so never mind.
I would have.
But it's all coming out as.
When she was asking the questions, I would have like lifted up a bit,
That's
made
fair.
sure that she wouldn't be able to scream again.
Okay. So. Oh man, I don't know how to deal.
Do either of you know anything about a tower? Do you know anything about this?
Would I connect the dots now with the tower and the picture and the book?
Roll me a intelligence check and let's see if you're able to connect it. She talks about the mountain, she talks about the tower, and you do think of the legal pad and what you saw in there. You don't have as much knowledge about it as Constance, but you feel like there might be some type of link.
I just don't even know what to do. I want to get her back inside.
You do hear sirens in the distance.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Let's go ahead and pause right there as we go back in time about 30 minutes and we see a Constance and we see an Eric
So
Hayes.
we have a time travel machine, but we don't have a Men in Black, mind wipe head.
Yeah,
Wow.
what is this? What the heck?
Oh no, I'm gonna get vomited on again.
Let it be known I said nothing.
Sorry.
He's looking for something.
I'm sorry.
Oh
No!
no. Oh no.
Linus, please!
Yeah, Beau's throwing up on you too. Beau, everybody's throwing up all over when like a Family Guy gag. All right. the scene shifts, and it says 30 minutes ago, as we see Eric and Constance getting into Helena, just as you guys were getting ready pretty much to head on out. If you recall, I said back then that sirens rang out as well. Eric, because you're in his patrol car, as we've already discussed, gets a call. There is a, it's not a call, it's a over the, what's it called? Yeah, the police radio, and you hear, dispatch, we have a fire at this particular address, which I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but both of you would recognize it.
It's 3286 Custer Avenue.
3286 Custer Avenue. And he just looks at you as if betrayed.
She wouldn't know anything
Fire.
about it.
There is a fire at this particular house. All fire units, please be in dispatch. Police, we will also need your assistance in helping to have a perimeter around the facility. Eric responds back, I'm on my way right now, shoots a dirty look at Constance as you guys go off towards Brent.
In Constance's defense, she looks very shocked. She would not have set the place on fire, so she wouldn't have assumed that that's what's happened.
Yeah. Sure enough, you go there, and the house has smoke emanating from the top. There is clearly a fire in this house that is going on. Eric is there doing his best to kind of like help and try and keep a perimeter. Constance, you're watching it as the tower is on fire. He steps away from his vehicle, although he has a radio on his chest and the like. About 10 minutes into the scene, the fire is pretty much out of control at this point, as you see that the whole house is ablaze. Firefighters are doing their best to maintain it with sending water streams from the street, hose lines being rolled out, people trying to protect the other houses around McCaslin's house. As that's going on, you're close enough to Eric during this, perhaps talking about what could have happened. You have honestly no idea what happened. And so he just seems puzzled about what is going on. As that happens, you hear another dispatch over his radio, Constance. All police units, we have shots fired at Christina Jacobs' residence. Shots fired. We need people to respond immediately.
My head snaps around once I hear Christina Jacobs.
And that is where we're going to call our session for this week.
Man, this is cool.
All right, guys. Parting thoughts from your characters as we leave our session for this week. What is going through their minds?
Begrudgingly, Constance is kind of likes having Eric around. However, she doesn't really do good with fire, so she's a little bit freaked out about that. And shots fired at Christina Jacobs' house. She wouldn't know that they've gone there, and would be worried that one of her friends has been shot. Whether one of them decided to pull the plug and shoot Christina, or whether the sheriff is some fucking mastermind and is, I don't know, tying up loose ends. Or the note that said about tying up loose ends. Did Brent come back and shoot? I don't know.
How about the rest of you?
Beau just doesn't even know.
Yeah, we're just like really in the middle of this whole thing going on with
It's a bit of a
Jacobs.
shit show.
Don't know
right
how
now.
to deal with this. Yeah, Sienna's just trying to contain the situation at the moment, trying to make sure that we don't get shot. That I don't know. It's a lot.
This is what you guys get for standing around and thinking.
I'm
I was
sorry.
AFK. I had to go to the toilet.
Yeah, my dog had to be let out and let in and then let out and then let in.
Okay.
Is that right?
All right. What about Sienna, and what about Lynas? What are the thoughts going through their minds?
Lynas is currently thinking about the baby, how it's actually dead, but it's not dead, and whether or not that I could save the baby because I took a Hippocratic oath, and whether or not it'd be okay for me to kill the baby because I took the Hippocratic oath.
And Sienna? Are you there?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Sienna's standing
It's
there,
nothing.
I'm
dumbfounded.
just, yeah, absolutely dumb. I mean, she is dumb, so, yeah. She tries not to think.
All right. We have a house on fire. We have shots fired. We have an
The only thing
incoming.
that keeps going through her mind is contain the situation, and that's ugh.
We have an incoming warrant. A baby falling apart. A quarry filled with toxic metals and water that glows. A tower in Wyoming. A man on the run. Evidence in tow. You have a bunch of police bearing down on you
Oh no.
with evidence
With no getaway vehicle either, because she shot out our tire.
No. we
from
rented a
the
car.
car.
No, we
You dumped the evidence, right?
Yeah, we dumped the evidence.
No, I mean,
That's right.
yeah.
You did. You did dump the evidence. Correct.
Yeah.
You did.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. So yes, but not gonna lie, a lot of stuff is going on right now.
A little bit.
Okay, y'all. Everybody on the stream, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to coming back again next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we might have to start a little bit later. My mom is leaving Texas, and I will need to be driving her to San Antonio. So I'm not entirely certain when I'll get back.
It'll be my
Oh,
birthday.
It'll be her birthday. You know, you get.
Birthday.
So you know the rules. You're not allowed to. Nobody is
That's
allowed
not a
to
rule.
puke on me for my birthday. Those are actually.
She'd like to
that's the
spend
law.
one of her hero points to not get puked on. Even Eric's sick now.
Oh, I love being petty. All right. Thank you for being a good sport about everybody throwing up on you. It's just a joke. Y'all have a good one. Thank you very much. And we will see you next Wednesday as we continue in this mission. Peace.
Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was super fun, dude.
Mhm.
What the fuck are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Probably die.